Hello, this is Mesh, and welcome to some gameplay of a new title called Townsmen, A Kingdom Rebuilt. Now, just before I get into it, this isn't a full review, this is me just scratching the surface. I've done a tutorial, and this is, once again, this is not a full review. I don't think I would do it justice because I've not played enough, but I've got the basics, so I can show you the game. So if you're on the fence about buying this title, hopefully I can give you a bit more information about it. So this title is developed by Handy Games. So they released a game which is called Townsmen in 2016. If you purchase that game, you get this game for free, which I think is a good gesture. So this game is very reminiscent of the settler type games. But something which needs to be mentioned, the game that was released in 2016 has pretty mixed reviews because a lot of people said it came straight from mobile, a very bad port. Now, I guess that's the real question here. Does it feel like a port? Does it feel like a mobile game? So let's just kick it off and I'll show you some basic stuff here. So we have quite a few different game options. So we have a campaign, which is really the tutorial at the same time. We have many scenarios, so different things here to do, which is quite nice. A lot of different options, and endless mode, which I think is probably a good place to show you the game, so I can actually take my time and show you the basics and what's going on. So let's pick the Falls. Let's do this one. Nice, small, easy map. Do I want to enable bandits? Sure, why not? Okay, so here we are in Townsmen, A Kingdom Rebuilt. Now, this is how the tutorial works as well. They pop up and give you quests. So we get this all the time. So they kind of pop up saying you could do this, which is more of a suggestion what you can do. You don't have to listen to them, especially not in an endless mode. Now, I'll try and mention the bugs that I've seen and the things which remind me of if it's a port or not. And I'll show you what's going on. Let's just start with the basics though. So this is our main castle where we store the trade goods, I guess you could say, all the minerals and all the wood and stuff like that. That's where it all ends up, the location it's stored. But let's build something to start with. So what we probably want to start with is a house. So let's build this house. We do have two houses there already, and we have a wood hut down there, but we can build this one down here. Build that one there, and we had one spare person that wasn't doing anything, who now will go to that location and build that. So that's fine. You can see here, click on that, and it says that's where you can add another worker to that situation, or tell them to stop building it. Now let's also, whilst we do have wood there, so that guy's creating the wood, he's not making it into planks though. So it'll be good to get that made into planks, and also a mine over here. As you can see, it's a little bit sparkly on the stones there. So you can mouse over it as well and see what that contains. So let's put a mine there. We'll go mine and build. There we go. Okay, excellent. So that starts doing that. And we see down here as well that this is underway. We can actually find out who's building that and where they are. So if I right click it and go show me that person. Okay, so there they go. So they're off to get the resources to build it. So whilst he's doing that, you can actually speed up time to be able to make that a little bit quicker. So ×5 there, so there we go. So when that's complete, we should get 2 new villages. So with those new villages, we could say one person go do the mine. So there we go. So we got 2 new villages. So we got one spare one, the guy that was making it. Now we have 2 more. So there we can say these 2 villagers that aren't doing anything, they're asleep, go and build that mine. We've also been given a quest. Okay, so these, you constantly get quests, which are really kind of, I guess, the continuation of a bit of a tutorial, really trying to spur you on with things to do, which is definitely nice. It's definitely a nice option to have because it just gives you a little bit more incentive to do certain things. You don't have to do it. And I won't for now. But what I will do is I will build, thanks, sawmill. There we go, that's what I was after. So we can put the sawmill, it would be good to put it close to the actual wood creation there. So it's easy for them to get the wood and then to put it straight to the sawmill. But as you can see, there's no real place for it to go, which is definitely something I want to bring up. I'll put it there, even though it's miles away. This is just an example game, right, to show you what's going on. So that's, I guess, in essence how you're placing buildings, and there's far more to it than that. I mean, if you look in here of what you can build, so all these multiple infrastructure buildings, big houses, you can build a fire watchtower, infirmary in case diseases break out, because you do get weird things that happen. You do get diseases break out, you do get natural events, multiple things where resource extraction, so we got mines, farms, wheat, sheep, pigs, we start getting making alcohol for, I guess, a few things, because you need a monastery to make the alcohol, but you can also get a tavern from that. So there's many things locked behind different structures. So you can't build a monastery until you get that house, and it just goes on and on. Obviously, you start with the simple stuff and just build up and up and up, and you just got to maintain your resources and how much money you're spending. There is quite a cool trick here, which is, see this crown here, I have 25, so I could just go to that crown and say, well, first I'll choose a building I want to build. Let's build this farm here. Okay, and we'll chuck it over here. This is a nice good spot for it. No, it's not, because it doesn't fit there. We'll put it over here. That's a good space. Now if we can right click it, we left click it and go to this button here, and we can instant build it. So then it still takes the same resources, but it just doesn't require anyone to go there. And now we don't have anyone, we've run out of villagers, so we don't have anyone to go and work there. But that's fine, because once again, I'm just showing you what's going on. So a few other things I should probably mention here. So that's the build menu, of course, and it goes on and on. So you have processing, different things that the people want. So we can have churches, taverns, and special buildings. There is a little bit of defense. I guess it's not combat so much. It's more of a automated defense system. You place guard towers and guards roam around, and they'll defend your area from barbarian attacks. There is also some things we can do here where we can beautify the town, which is quite cool. I mean, it's definitely something which you could spend a lot of time. I know some people would really enjoy, spending time and making the environment something special for them. These are all locked behind currency as well. But what I will quickly show you with in here, something which does help, which I think is quite important, is you can build roading. So if you need them to go somewhere quicker, they travel quicker on road. So it's something handy to have. So it is quite customizable into what you can actually put on the map. But there's definitely downsides. But let me get to that in a second. So we've talked about the build menu. In here we have the quests, we have your resources, and we have general happiness. So you need to maintain this. There's different ways to do it by building, happiness structures like taverns and beautifying the town. Taxes play a part as well, so you can lower taxes, increase productivity and happiness. And so the desires are that thing I mentioned before. So religion, taverns, marketplaces, stuff like that. We also have research. So you can research things as time goes on. So once you've got that and you want to actually spend those points in there, you can do that. Just general statistics if you're interested in that. Okay, so that's probably, I've got to the point with the game where I've built quite a few structures and started to maintain a little bit. But there's some glaring things I find with this game. Once again, this is not a full review. This is me and just my first impressions. I just want to show you the game and point out some flaws that I can already immediately see. And now whilst I did say I really enjoy how much customization you have with the buildings and the footpaths and the decorations and stuff like that, it is limited in a way that if I want to put something down, let's say I want to put this house down here. Well, let's do a smaller house. I can't do that one yet. I can't rotate this house. I have to put it down. It's only one way. That to me screams of a mobile game. Not being able to rotate for me is a big thing, because it's obvious, right, in a way, that if you want to rotate certain buildings because they'll only fit certain places, that is for me that's a basic necessity, and it's not in this game. So it's definitely something to mention. It did annoy me. You can't customize the buildings, which is not a big deal, but the rotation for me is something which does annoy me. Another thing is, sure, the map layout. There's different maps. Some of them have more space than others. This is probably not the best example, but something else which can be quite frustrating, and once again kind of feels like a mobile game, is how you delete stuff off the map. So by pressing the smash button and then just selecting it, going over things and then saying delete. It works, it's functional, but it feels very mobile, a mobile port. And so does this menu here when you right click. And these buttons, once again, it just kind of, there's something weird about it. If you're playing a game and all of a sudden you think, oh, this looks like a mobile game. I'm playing this on my PC, which is actually really powerful. It's just a strange thing. Not that this game is intensive by any stretch of the imagination. And it doesn't stop its functionality. It's just strange, like a double step that is required to do. Other thing I'll mention as well, this game has crashed on me 2 or 3 times. I've probably put 2 or 3 hours in, and for the game to crash on me 2 or 3 times, it's just something to be wary of, and it's definitely a bug which was mentioned with the previous game that was released in 2016. Well, the original game, people mentioned it crashed often. But yeah, so crashing possibly still there. That might just be on my computer. You never know. You know, these things can be specific to certain hardware, but just something to bear in mind. Apart from that, it seems relatively solid, as in how things work. It seems to function. I do find that it seems to lack a bit of information on how to balance the resources. It doesn't seem very intuitive, this type of stuff. I don't know, it just seems a little bit missing. But it's functional. I think there's potential here to really customize a little, medieval world of your own. How much legs this game has, I'm not sure. Brutally honest, I would say once you probably finished the endless mode once or twice and maybe done a few scenarios, it's probably at the end of it. But in saying that, it's not an expensive game. I think it was mentioned for $18. It is what it is, right? It is. It still feels like a mobile port. For the most part, it's solid. It has crashed on me a few times, but it's not to say it will crash on you. It seems to be lacking depth of longevity, but it is quite customizable. But once again, that feeling of a mobile game isn't the best feeling. But I'll leave this here anyway. I just once again, not a full review, just some things I've noticed. Wanted to show you the basics of the game, so I hope this helped you. Let me know some feedback below if you like this. I don't see myself playing this anymore. I'll probably just go straight back onto Apex Legends. But anyway, for now I shall leave this video here. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, this is Mish, and I'll see you later.